Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Hartz. I am the Vice President of Business Development here at ACDI. Today, we've got a fun and hopefully informative webinar for you all to talk about our solutions. And yes, we had a little pun with it being Valentine's Week. We introduced you to your matchmakers, and this is our ACDI products team led by David Brown. We've got Rolf on here who's going to talk to us a little bit today about PaperCut. He is absolutely our foremost expert on that product. We've got Rusty coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. Rusty's going to rock out a couple of products with Scanshare and Inutitive, and then I'll finish up with some ACDI energy services. But we want this to be interactive as we go along. If you have questions, please feel free to enter those into chat. After each of the individual sessions, we will have a quiz for you. There'll be a couple of questions about the products and maybe a fun question to go along with the theme of our webinar. We will have winners for this, and it will be based on time. Thank you all for taking the time to join us. And with that, let's go ahead and hand it off to Rolf for his first slide on PaperCut. You ready, buddy?
Yep, ready to go. So again, thank everyone for joining us. We're excited to have you and to talk about our products and hopefully match your customers up with the right ones. So we're going to start off with talking about PaperCut. As most of you already know this, but PaperCut is a software company that focuses on print management products. PaperCut started with humble beginnings in 1998 as a print tracking software. Now, fast forward to today, and PaperCut has a whole suite of industry-leading products to help customers meet their printing needs. Now, one of the greatest things about this product is the fact that the portfolio is so flexible. From single copy or small offices to large international customers, whether they need on-premises or a more cloud-based solution, there's something for almost every organization. Now, there's also subscription-based pricing that was just introduced last year. And this allows customers to move from the more traditional self-hosted solution to a more SaaS-based offering without adding extra licensing costs, meaning that it's easier than ever to help customers no matter where they're at in their shift to cloud journey. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with PaperCut, what are the main benefits of using their print management software? Well, with both of their two products, PaperCut MF and PaperCut Hive, or their two main products, I should say, there are base features that are sure to help any environment or administrator get their printing under control. Now, let's begin with the first feature, which is print tracking. This is the basis of most PaperCut product suites. This feature helps administrators monitor and track the who, what, and where of printing. Since every company wants to make sure they're mindfully using their resources when conducting day-to-day business, this is a great way to ensure that valuable multifunctional devices are being used properly for the legitimate business needs. Now, we also have Find Me and Secure Hold and Release printing. Now more than ever, security consciousness is at the forefront of every administrator when introducing new software into their environments. And with printing, there's no exception. Find Me and Secure Hold and Release Print adds the benefit of both security and cost savings. Gone are the days when people print information-sensitive documents and have to run to pick up the document before somebody else sees it or grabs it. Or even worse, forget about it and leave it on the printer, only to print it again later. This feature alone is one of the biggest reasons organizations like to have print management solutions. Then we have the MFD copier embed integrations. That helps protect these valuable workplace assets. Not only is it used to implement the Find Me and Secure Hold and Release feature that I just talked about, it also protects the device from being used by unauthorized users and adds an additional layer of security into their environment. It also helps account for the copying and scanning utilization on these devices. And recently, with MF, advanced connectors for faxing have been added. Now, PaperCut is actually focused on expanding some of the functionality that we have at the copier. And with that, we're probably going to get some exciting announcements here at the end of the month during that PaperCut Partner Connect webinar. So now that we know what the base features are and that they could fit in almost any environment, how do we know when to use what products for which customers? Well, let's go over two scenarios that will hopefully paint a better picture of where each product shines. In the first scenario, let's pretend that we have a large law firm that wants to track all the MFD related activity and charge back their customers for each activity. To accomplish this, the software will need to be able to assign costs to a customer number or matter number or a shared account, and even integrate with third-party accounting software. In this case, PaperCut MF would be the best choice. It would be a perfect fit for this particular situation as the more feature-rich of the two products. Now, let's look at a large corporate office. And in this scenario, let's say that they're using Microsoft Entra ID for most of their users, but they also want to provide an easy way for their guest users to print. And as far as features, they just want basic reporting, cost tracking for budgeting purposes and things like that. They're also moving away from housing local servers and are hoping to have a more cloud-centric solution. In this case, Hive would be the perfect solution. With the ability to utilize SSO, the flexibility of more onboarding actions, also with the newly added cost tracking feature, and the fact that the application is cloud hosted, Hive checks all of the boxes, any environment and in any vertical. But as with anything, there are some PaperCut products that are more suited for some customers than others. So for that reason, we always encourage you to reach out to us, ACDI, and their ACDI reps, or maybe even their solutions architects, for whenever they need expert consultation with fitting the right customer with the right product. With that said, we hope that you pick PaperCut to be your print management Valentine, and we look forward to working with you soon.
All right. So we've got a quiz going on here. So if you take your phone out and you scan in that QR code, we'll see everybody jump into the quiz here now. All right, now we're talking. There we go. Seeing a lot of names come in here. Everybody's getting it up and going. Everybody's getting in. Tim, I see Tim out there. Good.
Jonah Person, thanks for joining today, Jonah.
Right. Told you, Vincent. Look at this. I don't know if y'all realize this. Jeff just slid in at this last second, slid me some chocolate covered strawberries saying, please let me play the game and please let me win. Jeff, you can't buy me. Good, but you can't buy me with strawberries. All right. I think everybody's in. Let's go with the first question.
So how many languages has PaperCut MF supported? So we got 4 options. First being 22 languages, 17 languages, 30 languages, or 12.
Here's a little hint. It's more than Mark Hart speaks.
Wow, that's a lot. All right, we get some answers coming in here.
Oh.
Answer is
22. Congratulations to the 62% that answered correctly. All right, next question. What did PaperCut introduce in 2024 that allows users to go from PaperCut MF to Hive with no additional licensing costs? Now we have 4 options again. First one being Cloud Journey. Second is PaperCut Hive. The third is subscription-based pricing. And the last option is server migrations. Let's see if we could beat the last majority score. See if more people get this one right, hopefully. It was covered in what I said. Okay, 82% said subscription-based pricing. Let's see. Most people were correct. All right. So congratulations to those 82%. And I think the next one's going to be a fun one. Greg, way to go. You are in first place. All right. Now, next fun Valentine's Day question is, which country consumes the highest amount of candy per capita? 4 options. United States is first. Spain is second. Germany is third. And France is the last option. So let's see which countries men have the highest sweet tooth. Oh, 50% said US. Let's see if they're correct. Oh, no, the minority have it with Germany.
Tricky.
Yep.
Good deal. Thanks, Raf. Many of you are already familiar with Scanshare, but I also realize it may be an introduction for you today as well. Scanshare was founded in 2011. It's a very powerful yet easy to use software solution that integrates paper and digital records into existing document management systems, line of business applications, and repositories. Next slide, please. friendly web interface that is supported by browsers like Edge, Chrome, Firefox, and Opera. So you can use Scanshare from more or less any platform. Scanshare has over 70 connectors available. There are connectors for popular cloud repositories such as SharePoint, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, as well as other popular document management solutions, electronic health record applications, and it can be configured to work with many other solutions. At its core, Scanshare has a powerful workflow engine with optional AI modules to rapidly process documents and data. Additionally, Scanshare is device agnostic and have capture clients for most multifunction device manufacturers. So this can work on more or less any multifunction device out there, and we have a resource hub that has the requirements for those devices. Next slide, please. So what's new in 2025? Well, one of the things that they've added is support for Caton devices. So Caton MFPs are now supported by Scanshare. There is a new web client that has an updated document viewer. It now supports Twain capture support in the web on Windows devices. So if you have a Windows PC and you want to use like a USB connected Twain scanner with Scanshare, you can do that and scan directly into the web browser now instead of having to have a separate piece of software on the desktop client. And it also has a new feature called Start Workflow Without Scan, which allows you to use the web client sort of like a web form, gather information, but not gather an image. So that allows you to push that data throughout the workflow versus it being married to an accompanying document. The same is true in the mobile client. You can also start a workflow without a scan in the mobile client. So mobile client and web client now can be used like web forms. The new Smart Form AI customization is very nice. Beforehand in Smart Form, you were limited to only 6 different types of documents. And with that said, those 6 documents, they had a built-in taxonomy for each of those document types. So if it was an invoice, there's invoice number, invoice due date, vendor name, etc. So what you're allowed to do now with Smart Forms is load in any kind of form. It doesn't have to be constrained to one of those 6 types. And then you build the taxonomy, and then the AI will then do the text OCR extraction and also ICR extraction. So Smart Forms and will handle both handwriting and print material. So that's very exciting because that opens up a lot of possibilities for essentially template-free OCR. There's also an updated OCR engine that allows for greater accuracy and support of the newer Google OCR engine. And the next slide is what is coming next. We're excited to announce that on April 1st, with our new price books, we are going to have Scanshare in the cloud in our price book. So at long last, we're going to have that option for our folks who are trying to keep things off premise and reduce their server responsibilities. We are also working on an integration with Etherfax, where you will be able to process inbound or outbound faxes through Scanshare. So that's a connector right now that's being developed, and we'll have that later this year. Very excited about that. Many folks who are doing eFax out there, it would be nice to be able to incorporate those eFax documents into a workflow. That way you don't have to scan them or drop them into a folder. They can just be picked up right after transmitted. Then there's also going to be a redesign to Scanshare's architecture, which allows it to be more efficient as a cloud application. That's just something that Scanshare has been working on for about the last year. And I think they're getting pretty close to having that architecture ready. We don't have a release date for it just yet, but when we do, we will announce that. When it considers the move that we're making, bringing Scanshare to the cloud, this is just going to be like a tuned engine, just perfect for cloud support. And as always, more connectors. Like we just mentioned, the Etherfax connector, and there's some other ones, some other ERPs. I'm not going to name names right now, but there are some other applications that are being developed for as well.
That's the question for you from
Yes.
The chat. Can you clarify, is that public, private, or hybrid?
It is going to be a public cloud.
The second follow-up to that is, where will it be hosted?
It will be hosted in Azure. So if you are Canadian, it will be in a Canadian data center. If you are in the USA, it will be in a US data center. Now it's time for the quiz. All right, here we go. So how many connectors are available in Scanshare today? About 10, exactly 35, less than 50, or more than 70?
We're a little quick on that one. People are getting in there now. Here we go.
There we go. More than 70. 43% of you got it right. Good deal. All right. What words are associated with Scanshare? So this one's going to be multiple choice. All right. Great job. We all know that Scanshare is a capture application. That's perfect. 100%. I love to see that. All right. Final question. Approximately how many Valentine's Day cards are exchanged each year? Is it 50 million, 100 million, 145 million, or 200 million? Time's almost up. 145 million.
That's
Great job, everyone. I believe over to you, David.
All right. So now we're going to take a little departure from fleet management or device management solutions. And in 2020, ACDI launched KPAX into the marketplace, and we've had a ton of success since then. And 2025 is promising to be no different. I think we're out of the gate this year with a lot of momentum. And I think as I look at 2025 and what we're seeing in the marketplace, what KPAX as a development team is doing, and there's two things that really, we're really focused on, and that's communication and security. And so in keeping with the Valentine's Day theme, I think those are two aspects of a great relationship, or communication and security. Because in a relationship, you don't want things to go stale. And what do we see all across our industry is data collection agents going stale. What happens is they go offline. There's no communication. And that can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation. I can't invoice my customer. I can't meet their supplies and service needs. And the customer's feeling the same way, right? And they're like, I can't print. And I can't, where's my supplies? Did they know I'm out of supplies? I ran out of magenta today and now I can't print. And what's going to happen? How do I get my marketing documents printed? Well, yeah. And then they're starting to, they think thoughts about you, the provider, and they're like, are we still together? Do they care about me anymore? All because the data collection agent went stale. They're like, are they ghosting me? Is that the thing, right? And it's like, the providers, and as a provider, you don't want to ghost your customer. It's the big differentiator with KPAX. And for the dealers that are on KPAX, KPAX is designed to keep the provider-customer relationships going down a really good path where there's communication. When we look back into when a lot of these DCA solutions were developed and designed, it was at a time where you have desktops that are staying in the office all the time. And what in 2025, that's not the case. We've got a lot of mobile, everybody's using laptops. There's, as Rusty, we're talking about Scanshare in the cloud. Everything's going into the cloud. There aren't any servers anymore. And DCAs were designed to go on what? A server or a desktop. And with small to medium-sized customers, that's just not available. So that's where KPAX gives you the option of a software agent that, if it makes sense, can go on a server or a workstation. But they also have this hardware device that you see right in the middle of your screen. It's called a Liberty Box. And the Liberty Box is really cool for a lot of reasons. It helps accentuate the communication. So what we tend to see is over time, there's about a third or 33% of software agents are going to go stale every year. And as providers, you're out there chasing those. You've got people dedicated on your staff to be able to go out and just reconnect DCAs. And that's not a lot of fun. Nobody likes to do that. It's a huge problem, and it's going to keep being a problem because people don't want agents installed on their workstations or servers. And they certainly don't want any rogue hardware, rogue operating systems on their network. So that's where Liberty comes in. It doesn't have to go on their workstation or server, and it doesn't run a rogue operating system like Linux. It's not a Raspberry Pi. We see a lot of imitators in the marketplace, but they're all running, it's like a Linux box, it's a Raspberry Pi. And that's, from an IT perspective, that's where the security piece comes in. And they're like, okay, wait, what are you putting on my network? What are you, Raspberry Pi is great if you're doing robotics, if you're doing gaming, home theater stuff, but putting it in an environment, a customer environment where they're trying to minimize threats and exploitable opportunities for bad actors, it's a no-go. It's a non-starter. So We've deployed thousands of Liberty boxes since 2020 when we launched this, and it's probably one of the primary reasons why dealers come and adopt KPAX. Not to mention, it's got an awesome user interface. It's highly customizable. It uses AI for supply fulfillment. So if you're, hey, I want to, 20% remaining is 2 months for this customer, it's 2 days for this customer. The AI looks at all that and says, okay, we can show you how many days to empty you have rather than just fulfilling on the supplies. If we can flip to the next slide. Since 2020, we've been very, very fortunate to partner with a lot of great companies in the industry. So you see Konica Minolta. If you're a Konica Minolta partner, there's probably a dozen great reasons you should look at KPAX. We partner with CEO Juice. There's an integration directly into CEO Juice. If you're on there, if you're a customer of theirs, get on their website. That integration's listed there. DX1, a new ERP in the marketplace. So there's an integration in process there. Distribution management. A lot of you do supply fulfillment, custom labeling through distribution management. You can have your customers in KPAX get that information pushed directly to distribution management for fulfillment. Same with TD Synnex and their PrintSolve program. And lastly, on the far right, there's a company called CartoSuite that does total cost of ownership and device mapping. And you can have KPAX as a source and pull your information right into their interface to do all of that reporting, all of that current state, future state planning. And the last thing I'll talk about in the device management space is a brand new product that we're very excited about. We launched it this year, just last month, and this addresses the issue of USB connected printers. So for a long time, managing USB connected printers has been kind of the bane of anybody's existence that's trying to do managed print services. You either have to put a flat fee on them, they're invisible to your data collection agent software. Well, not anymore. EasyMeter actually goes on the desktop connected to that USB device, and now you can see the information and not the spooler information, which has been somewhat available through some kind of inept attempts to manage these devices. This is actual MIB information that's coming into your data collection agent software. You can now see them. The cool thing is you can put them on automated billing. You can do auto fulfillment on the supply side for USB connected devices. So that's something that is very, very exciting for us that we see really taking off in 2025. All right, so you guys will listen to me talk now for a couple minutes.
What was the question? Is KPAX related to the movie with Kevin Spacey?
I get that question a lot. So I get two things. It is not related to the movie with Kevin Spacey. It has nothing to do with aliens. It was not developed by aliens. And it also has nothing to do with the news station in Montana that is KPAX. So there's no Montana news. Has nothing to do with Yellowstone or aliens or Kevin Spacey. So none of those.
But it does have a connection.
It does have a French connection, yes. So KPAX is headquartered just south of Paris. So if you're ever in the neighborhood over there and you want to, hey, I want to check out and meet the development team, they'd be happy to receive you over there and show you around the southern end of Paris. But yeah, so they've been in market in Europe for over 15, 20 years almost. And then, we brought them to market as the exclusive provider in 2020.
So we have two questions on EasyMeter. One, is
KPAX.
EasyMeter just tied to...
I thought you were talking about the quiz. So is EasyMeter tied to KPAX? No, it actually can be used independently of KPAX. You can actually use it with any data collection agent software. It'll make the device visible and manageable.
And then
Great
the second question from the chat, David, is how do you price EasyMeter?
So it's per device per month.
Okay. And our ACDI sales reps can absolutely get you that pricing. Reach out to them or engage us, and we'll be glad to get all the pricing over to you. All right, David, for your quiz.
So what operating system does the Liberty Box use? So I'll give you a second, let you answer that. But I'm expecting all of you to get this because I gave it to you.
David, all I heard was how much you don't like pie.
It's true.
You like me.
No operating system is great. I know there's 21% of you. Maybe you checked out during my presentation. It's okay. That's all right. I'm going to keep my self-esteem high. But no OS is exactly right. So congratulations to those of you who got that. All right. And this one's a little tough. What percentage of software data collection agents require an intervention every 12 months? And I did throw this percentage out there, so hopefully you were listening. Is it 10%, which would be a lot, 25%, which would be more, 33%, which would be a lot more, and then 8%, which is less? Ooh, 25, but y'all said 25. The correct answer is 33%. So yeah, sorry that, I threw most of you off, but yeah, 40% of you got it. And I think that's going to get some separation on the leaderboard there. So hopefully you're ready. And so, okay, let's go Valentine's Day. Let's get back in the theme. Roses are the most popular Valentine's Day flower. Approximately how many roses, this is a crazy number, are grown for the holiday each year? How many roses are grown each year? 1 million? 68 million, 200 million, or 250 million? What do you think? Ooh, it's a lot of guesses on that. You had to correct 250 million roses.
That's close.
I think we're going to see some separation on the leaderboard now. All right. Well, thank you guys. On over to Rusty for Intuitive.
Thanks, David. So Intuitive is probably one of our newer solutions in our portfolio. Intuitive is a data analytics solution designed to provide organizations with clear, visual, and real-time insights into their business operations. It helps businesses track KPIs, or key performance indicators. They helps analyze trends and helps businesses make data-driven decisions with interactive dashboards and reports. Intuitive BI shines when used alongside print management software, document management software, and other workflow automation environments to monitor costs, user activity, and system performance. By integrating with platforms like PaperCut MF and DocuWare, it enhances visibility and controls over print environments and also document workflows, as well as overall business efficiency. So basically you're saying, well, like, why Intuitive? Well, Intuitive dashboards provide businesses with real-time insights, helping make those very important data-driven decisions and make those decisions quickly and efficiently. So real-time data visibility fosters improved decision-making. Intuitive dashboards automate data collection and reporting, reducing the time spent on manual analysis. No more pilfering through CSVs or Excel files or scrolling PDFs. So by tracking these expenses, your resource allocations, and performance metrics, businesses can cut costs and maximize productivity. With Intuitive BI, businesses can tailor dashboards to their needs and scale insights as they grow. Overall, business intelligence dashboards help businesses stay competitive by providing actionable insights that drive better strategies and operational efficiencies. This is a solution that, yes, we do have dashboards for some popular solutions, like I mentioned, PaperCut and DocuWare, that are pre-configured. You get certain dashboards and you kind of have an experience that's similar across the board. Where Intuitive can be very helpful is putting it in front of a line of business application like an ERP or a CRM to capture that data and bring those KPIs to the fore in a visualization that you can interact with, drill down into those data points and get those insights. So again, you can make data-driven decisions. Go ahead to the next slide.
Hey, wanted to throw that back out there with Intuitive. Rusty, where do you see it being used the most? Is it more of a consumer tool, or can it also be used as a dealer tool?
It can be used as a dealer tool for sure. We're seeing it mostly used as an end customer tool, especially with it kind of accompanying PaperCut and DocuWare, but it would be absolutely useful to any business, especially our reseller partners.
Being able to look at the analytics. One thing we have one dealer using it to look at the analytics for scanning to be able to find capture opportunities. If you see your customers using a lot of scan pages, then maybe you can go in and help them with a product like Scanshare. Use that as an upsell opportunity to say, hey, let's capture these pages and put these pages into some sort of digital workflow. From a business utility dealer aspect, Intuitive is a great product for that, as well as giving your customer all the business analytics that they might want to see on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. Looks like we're ready to go. Rusty, go ahead.
Right on. Thank you, sir. So which print management solutions can Intuitive BI integrate with to provide enhanced cost awareness?
So we picked both. Whatever the answer is.
So yes, PaperCut Hive and PaperCut MF. What is the primary purpose of Intuitive BI dashboards? Online shopping, real-time business data visualization and decision-making, social media management, or file storage and sharing? 80% of you got it?
Rusty, don't worry about that online shopping. That came from Jeff Vincent. He gets confused.
Oh,
sometimes.
okay.
Yeah. So what he says.
Yeah. Yes,
Is it is analytics, and he does a lot of shopping. So
Jeff can do it.
absolutely. And the final one, what chocolate company is credited with producing the first heart-shaped box of chocolates? Hershey, Cadbury, Mars, or Nestle?
I like all of those.
Nothing wrong with chocolate. Cadbury,
It's not just about the bunnies.
not at all.
Let's go back into the hardware world a little bit and talk about ACDI Energy. This is a product we brought to market just over 3 years ago. Launched it at the ECS show out in Phoenix. We're really excited about the growth that we've had over the last few years and our partners that have joined into ACDI Energy. As you can see here, these are kind of the business devices that we're placing out at consumer sites. We do have a whole separate line of home machines, but these are our level 2 and our level 3. So level 2 is your kind of everyday charging device that you'll see. These range from 7 to 19.2 kilowatts from how much power you're getting to your cars. And then on the right-hand side, it's more the fast charging. You want to be able to get 100 miles in just a couple of minutes to charge, then you're going to use these level 3 charging stations that are out here. But we do have a complete for whatever that customer's needs are. They want it for, maybe their employees, or it could be the maxi charger, DC fast charger with the full screen that you would want to place out at a consumer's location like a mall or outside of a sporting goods store or something like that, where you can have full line of advertising. But we do carry the gamut of products here that work across all different types of environments. Next slide, please. Along with the hardware, we do have an ACDI Energy Services software. This can be downloaded from the Google Store and Apple stores. This is basically what consumers will use. If you do have an EV today, you can go out and use this to interact with the devices and pay for your charging sessions. But it's also for analytics on the back end. David mentioned KPAX, right? For our fleet management tools. Think of this, our software here, ACDI Energy Services software, as the fleet management tool for our chargers, so that you get everyday analytics. You know who's charging, when they're charging, how often, how long they're charging, what types of vehicles are coming through, so that you can then help your end user, help the consumer understand the best ways to maximize the charging experience, whether it's free for employees, whether they just get an hour a day, and then they have to pay for the rest, whether they're charging for outside consumers, right, to be able to come in and use the capabilities. The software gives us all of that, all bundled up into one. It also has load management on there. You might have seen, or some of you with children out there, there's a lot of new grants and things for electric school buses. So we have load management software that can actually monitor a route to determine how much charge a bus needs to have to be able to complete that route. And as they're plugged up, we can say this bus has the longest route, make sure the most power is going to that particular bus at any one time, versus the others that might be fully charged. So it really takes all of it, all the data analytics into consideration, and setting that up for the schools is key. And that's for any kind of really fleet management type of vehicles. We know that we have some of our partners looking at moving their service vehicles, their copier dealer service vehicles, over to EV. And so this is another way of using the load management software to be able to do that. Next slide. What we really started out doing is saying that we want the value prop of ACDI Energy Services to be a turnkey solution. So again, parallels to our industry, the hardware, software, services, there's a click rate charge, and then the annual maintenance and support. So that's something that you can offer. It'll open up new opportunities for you to interact with consumers. Whether you're already selling them hardware today with their copiers, why not look at putting an EV charger in there with them as well and putting it all under one contract. Next. Just wanted to throw this up here to really celebrate the growth that we've had over the last 6 months. We're very excited about the overall number of devices that are going out the door and then the actual billable rates that are happening right now. It's not something that we can go and sign a contract today and it's running tomorrow. It is a little bit longer extended sales cycle, but those that are putting them out there are starting to see that revenue come back, and it's exponentially growing right now. So kudos to all the partners that are part of ACDI Energy, the team working behind the scenes, making all of this happen. And if there's any, interest in this, please reach out to us and we'll be glad to tell you more about it, showcase the products to you guys, and show you how you can, be part of the ACDI Energy Services team. All right, I think we're ready for the final quiz. So everybody get our phones back out. We'll be ready to go here in 3, 2, 1. All right, first question. Which is the highest level 2 charger in ACDI Energy Services fleet? We did kind of mention this earlier, and hopefully we'll see what everybody places out there. If you see a lot of 7s, it's not the right answer, but we can definitely replace those and upgrade them. 19. All right, so we had a good mix right there, but technically it is 19.2 in the level 2 chargers. That's the max in the market today that is available for the AC type power. And so 29% of you guys got that one. Kudos to you.
Come on, guys. It had a decimal in it. It had a decimal.
It had a decimal. All right, let's see if we can stump you. Which state has more commercial EV chargers than gas pumps? So this is based on the square miles. It was, questionable. The answer is Massachusetts.
Wow.
They have almost doubled the amount of commercial EV chargers in the state of Massachusetts than they have gas pumps per 100 square miles, right? And so
that didn't impact anybody because
it's okay. We knew we'd go out with a bang. We thought California would be the obvious choice in Oregon there. So, but no, absolutely Massachusetts, and we're seeing a lot more East Coast Central all over where EV chargers will quickly take over the amount of gas pumps that we have.
I'm still not sure I believe that, by the way, but I mean,
it's true. It's my favorite question. Most of you guys, everybody knows I'm from Kentucky. So is chocolate dipped KFC a real Valentine's tradition? And I got Rusty looking at me like, dude, did you really put this question in here? I did. It's not always about chocolate dipped strawberries. The answer is true.
You don't wait for the state fair. It's not a state fair food.
Sold by KFC, Yum Brands, in a lot of international markets, they actually have chocolate dipping sauces for their KFC. So
I think everybody knows that, but it's just like that's called Tuesday at KFC.
See, I told you Jeff Vincent was going to win. He just knew. By the way, he helped put some of the questions together. So Jeff is out. So congratulations to Jeff for your participation. Cheating does not count unless you're in Arkansas basketball, which we know they cheat all the time, but we're not going to go there. So Wayne Hodges, he finished number 1. We got Justin as number 2 and Greg number 3. Congratulations on you guys. Our marketing team will be reaching out to each of you guys for your gift cards. We really appreciate you all playing today. That was a lot of fun. But overall, we did want to say thank you on behalf of the entire ACDI products team and our ACDI team in general. If you have questions, whether you're in US and Canada, you can reach out to our sales email address there. If you're in Latin America or Brazil, we have email addresses there. We are a true international company. We do want to help you in whatever region you are in. We wanted to share a few dates that are coming up. We have the PaperCut Partner Connect. If you have not signed up for that, please do. There's a lot of marketing materials, a lot of social media on that right now. It's on February 26th. And if you by chance are heading out to the BTA or the CDA events that are coming up next month, our team will be there. Our solutions team will be there to talk to them about KPAX, Intuitive, Scanshare, PaperCut, ACDI Energy, or a host of other products that we have in our portfolio. Come talk to our team. There might be something there that is a fit for you and for your customers. Our motto is we want to meet you where you are and help you find the right solutions for your customers. And we definitely got the team here at ACDI behind you to do that all the way. So thank you very much. Everybody have a great weekend. And thanks to the products team for putting on a good webinar. Cheers, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Everybody take care.